PPG Grandpa here, and what we're going to do is that we're going to go through the entire footage that I have for my very first solo. And we're going to be doing voiceover. My mom's here. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
At the airport right now. Gonna lay out the wing.
That's it. Lean back. Don't sit. Don't sit. Don't sit. Yes.
All right, Mom, you watched this whole video. What do you think about me flying?
I think it was fantastic. I think you took off great. You knew what you were doing. You were in control the whole time. And you finally got your first experience of all the way through.
I know. Well, thank goodness all the way through. If it wasn't all the way through, I'd be on the ground.
Yeah, you know what I
Are you
meant.
going to start my motor for me, too?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
All right. Go ahead and call me first, please. Can you call me first?
Yeah.
All right.
It should be ringing.
Okay, go. Now, just so you know, Mom, I'm wearing a helmet, and he actually called me on the helmet so I can listen to him giving me instructions.
Okay.
And I can talk with him back because I got a little microphone that sits in front of my mouth.
Okay.
So, believe it or not, this is pretty heavy. And
Yes.
yeah, it's
You have shown me that.
it is 62 pounds. You put some gas in it, could be up to 65 pounds, and it was really super heavy.
Here we go.
Okay.
Clear prop.
Clear prop. All right, on the actual video, what I did is I made the audio lower because I want this for new people to watch this to kind of get an idea of what it sounds like with the headphones on.
Okay.
So you still hear the motor,
Right.
but you know it's not perfectly quiet. So what I'm doing is I'm talking with my instructor over there, and I'm getting ready for launch. Now, here in a second, you'll see somebody coming in for a landing. I think that what they did was they cut their motor and they were flying. Actually, you're supposed to land into the wind. He was coming this way, so he was actually landing in towards the wind, which is not good. I'm also going over my prep right now. Okay. Okay, straps. I'm strapped in, my shoelaces are tied, trimmers are set, chin buckled. Am I missing anything on the checklist? So very important to go over your checklist because you do not want to start running with your shoes untied or something not buckled. Forward. I just kind of did a little pre-flight, and now I'm trying to figure out where do I put the brake handle because I have a throttle now. This is like one of the first times I didn't know what to do, so I kind of put in my pinky, and that seemed to work on this takeoff. See that guy way in the background there? He's coming towards me. I'm like, if I didn't see him, I would have taken off. We would have crashed.
Right.
Because his motor was off. Let's zoom in. There he goes. He's coming in for a landing.
Yeah.
That would have been a wicked crash.
That would have been a wicked first time out.
I know, right? It'd been awful. All right. So what they did is, and this was heavy too. So I'm like, oh, this is so heavy. I bent forward, trying to get that weight off my shoulders.
Right.
And that guy ran over there, and they're trying to pull the wing out of the way, get him out of the way because I'm ready to launch.
Right.
And they know I'm sitting here with this big heavy motor on my back. So they're there moving it. I think I'm ready to launch. Let's go ahead and listen. All right. Are we ready? Now watch this. I'm running up into the air. Look at the shadows. Watch the shadows. I'm still running, and I'm up in the air. Yeah. Now, the only thing that I did wrong is, see, I came around this way, and I was trying to get my seat, and I left off the throttle.
Oh,
and I got kind of low,
down,
and then I put full throttle, and I just barely cleared those trees. I know, right? I didn't feel worried or anything because this Monster 185 Classic has a lot of thrust.
Yeah,
a lot of thrust, so I wasn't too worried about it. And but the torque, the whole reason why I was turning to the right like that, is because the way the prop spins, it turns you
Okay.
the opposite way of the spin. So the
Okay,
spin's
I
this
got you.
way,
You're hanging it
and
right.
it pushes it
Right.
that way.
Gotcha.
And it was a lot more torque than I was expecting. I was expecting to go straight.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm still turning to the right, and I'm pulling hard. See that right
Yeah,
there
I
on the
can
side?
see, yeah.
That's the brake over that side. I'm
Yeah, I see.
pulling
Yeah.
hard, and of course this is my first flight, and I'm
Right.
like, why am I not going straight? I mean, it just totally blew my mind.
Right.
So as I was gaining some altitude, still pulling that brake, I was still turning to the right, but I finally got to a height that I let off the throttle just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and when I did that, it was easier to steer.
I remember you said it was going to be hard, harder to get some spectrum around it.
Yeah, I'm actually using a 28-meter wing, and when I was flying, it felt like it was a ceiling of rafters, and it was really hard to turn it. I mean, it was solid.
Mm-hmm.
It was solid. You see other videos where people are doing wing overs and maneuvering.
Mm-hmm.
This was like I was underneath a solid ceiling, and I was just hanging from a ceiling.
Oh my God.
Now that felt good
Oh,
because that
okay.
felt very safe.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted to do. But look at how hard I'm pulling down
Yeah.
on that left brake to keep me from turning. That was the most difficult thing, is staying straight and trying to understand this weight shift. So I'm going to chop off a lot of this video because I did not realize that, the camera was facing upward still. Well, to when I'm sitting down, it was facing upward. So I tilted it down so I get more of a view that people are used to when they're watching videos like this. That sunset was so incredible. I really love doing this. I had so much fun.
It's been your goal to get to this point.
Yeah. Now off to the right here, there's the airport that you can see.
Right.
Now the video that I cut is I was all the way down to that far side, made a circle. So my entire flight was basically circling the entire airport. So it doesn't show that because we're talking, I think that I was flying for over 20 minutes. So I mean, I was flying for a good long time, but the video doesn't show it. I mean, who wants to watch me fly circles around an airport?
Everybody's.
Yeah. Now, as you see, Mom, as I moved my leg to the left like that, that's called weight shift because the motor wants to pull me to the right.
Okay.
So I'm crossed my leg like that and then I shifted my weight over this way, and then I pulled a little bit of brake that way, and that's causing me to be able to turn a little bit and or fly a little bit more straight.
Okay.
It was really, really difficult to... You see a lot of videos where people are just going left and right and up and down, but your first flight, it's like how
does it all work?
how do people do that on these videos? I was expecting to go up there and be able to, do all these things that everybody else was doing. No, everything was different. I mean, my mind wasn't going a million miles an hour. I was really looking around, enjoying everything.
Right.
So right here, what I'm doing is I'm experimenting with throttle, with weight shift, and I'm kind of trying to understand how this works. You can kind of see that I'm going straight, but that's with me applying brake and weight shifting all the way over. Because if I didn't cross my leg like that, I'd be still moving and turning to the right.
Yeah, see, I'm already going with you.
I can see you're tilting your whole body and that's pretty much what weight shift is. This is really cool because you don't need a license for paramotoring. This motor that I got I got for $3,000 from David Carroll. That's the guy that did that first video at the beginning of this that filmed me with my takeoff. So thank you, David Carroll. I appreciate that. Appreciate the motor and everything. That was a really good deal. And then I got a wing. It's an Ozone Roadster 3, and that's kind of a B wing, and that means that A is like completely beginner, B is kind of a little bit more advanced, maybe intermediate, and this also has the ability to do speed bar, which means you can go faster, and it has tip steering, which you have to use when you're in speed bar. I'm not even close
to getting into that. Right.
My goal now for the next 100 hours is to take off, come around, land. Take off, come around, land. Because what I'm doing right now is easy. You can fly around all day. That's not the hard part. Hard part is taking off, and then you want to get really good at spot landing. So that's what I'm going to be doing in the future.
Yeah, the spot landing too is going to be like things like that guy coming in. You've got to be able to right off your head that you need to go this way because he's coming in this way. And to learn how to use your power and arms and legs to move you out of his direction.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from.
I didn't realize it, but look, Mom, I am actually on the other side of the airport. I did fly the whole airport. I thought I didn't put this video in, but I did. So I'm at the very end of the airport. What I'm doing now is I'm making a right turn. And here's another thing I didn't realize, that I was flying over water.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they say to always make sure that you have flotation because you are flying over water. Most people are like, I don't fly over water. I was like, oh my goodness, I was flying over water. Unbelievable. Oh, another thing, what I want to do is really gain a lot of altitude. So what I did is I put my hands up so there wasn't, I wasn't, trying to turn left, right, or I wasn't trying to be straight, turn straight. I went full throttle, and I did not a spiral, but I was going in a right turn and went round and around, and I was just going up and up and up, and I went from like 500 to 700 feet to almost 2,000 feet.
Whoa.
I know, right? And I went through like a little inversion layer where we had a little bit of a bump, but as soon as I got above that, that's fine. That's one thing that you have to really look at is when you're flying is to make sure that you don't, what the winds aloft are. You want to know, at 100 feet, how fast the winds are going, at 500, at 1,000. Because if it's all like, 8 miles an hour or so, and then you get up to this level right here, you can see I'm kind of bumping a little bit. Sometimes it's a complete wind shear where where the wind is coming this way, towards you, and then you get up a little bit higher, and all of a sudden it shifts, and the wind is coming now the opposite direction. Now that can completely
smash you.
But because it's a flex wing, it's not a solid wing, it can collapse. When it collapses, you fall.
Guess what? I'll say your ass is crashed. Pardon the pun.
Yeah, so that's one thing you got.
I understand about those wind shears.
Yeah, you got to be so careful. So flying is easy. So many people are like, you know,
Well, I think I told you, you almost have to be a meteorologist. You have to be able to go what's going.
right,
You know, it's just not up and down, but what is coming after that.
right, exactly.
Yeah, so there's more to it than just heaving and hoeing. It's, you know, like the meteorology is for the day as far as winds and
Right.
changes and shears and
Yeah,
Yeah,
and there's so much to learn because, you know, taking off, flying, and landing is easy. What you got to worry about is, you know, weird winds and crap like that.
right.
I think I'm getting ready to stall the engine and then coast down. So that was so peaceful. Yeah, so you really have to know what the weather's going to be like, and keep an eye on everybody out there too, because this was considered a small fly-in where you had
Right.
a bunch of people around. Maybe in the video you see other people flying and stuff like that.
Right.
So it wasn't a whole lot of people, but there was enough people that, you know, I was looking left, right,
Right.
up, down. And there's also, like, you have rules of the road here on the ground.
Yeah.
There's rules of the air up there.
Sure.
And we have to give way to airplanes,
Yes.
and we have to give way to people below us.
Right.
And if someone's up there flying without power, we have to give way to them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, it's sunset.
Gorgeous.
Oh, and it got really cold up there too. My hands were like ice.
Like that, watch that one guy, remember, them getting colder and colder.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I thought I had warming up, but I'm not.
Yeah, that was Tucker Gott. That was the first guy that
Yeah.
I saw doing this. How much time do we have until sunset? The orange one, right? This was so much fun. Yeah, you hear me through the, you know, almost the entire video. This is so much fun. I love it. It's so much fun.
Well, that's what people want to hear.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
what actually was going on.
Right.
Now I'm going to be cutting the engine here and coasting in. Now, because this is a video that I want, you know, newbies to see to
Right.
see what they expect. After I cut the power, we're going to be done with our commentary until I hit the ground and land, and then we'll continue. So here we go. Motor's killed. Down the runway or the grass? Do I need to go down further? I mean, that's what I thought. Should I take a left? Oh, okay. This is so fun. Okay. Okay. All right. When do I need to get out of my seat? Okay. 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 All right. Woohoo! Now, looking back at this, what I could have done is I could have let my hand stay up longer, so I would have had more speed coming in. And as I was getting closer to the ground, apply more and more brake. I don't think I flared enough, so I didn't just tiptoe and land gracefully. See how see how easy it is to get out of this harness?
Yes.
I just go pop,
Right.
and it's a quick release harness. That's one of the things I like about this. But of course, I had to take a video and do, hey, this is my first solo, and that's what I did right here, and that's what I posted and sent out to all my friends. And then of course my friends were like, well, we didn't see the videos and stuff of you flying. Well, I'm like, it's on the GoPro. But anyway, everyone, this was a video hopefully helping newbies that have not gone up in the air to kind of to kind of feel what to expect. You know, expect that torque to take you a little bit to the right. Don't let off on that throttle. You know, when you're running, keep on running. Don't stop until, don't stop and try to sit down. And I did that once, the very first time, and I dropped on my butt. Well, not my butt, I skidded on my knees. So this is the footage of my very first attempt to solo, which is quite embarrassing. So you want to run up in the air like Superman, hold that throttle, run, hold the throttle. And then when you come in for a landing, a little bit of pressure as you come closer and closer, more and more flare, and right before you touch, pull down as far as your arms will go, and then you drop down and then run it out and let your wing go behind you. So that right there, my friends, is all in a nutshell. That's what you expect. Leave me some comments down below and tell me what you think. Have you gone out and soloed yet? Are you almost there, or are you still kiting? Where are you in your PPG adventure? Subscribe if you haven't. And we will see you very soon up in the air flying. And good luck, everyone. Thumbs up. Say thumbs up, Mom.
Thumbs up.
And say subscribe if you haven't.
And subscribe if you haven't.
And say hit that bell notification.
And hit that download notification.
Yeah, it's a bell notification, but you guys know what we're talking about. All right, guys. Thank you. See you all later. Bye.
I think it's nice you can go back, though, and take things out you don't want and redo.
Oh, this is a great little thing. All I'm using is my phone and iMovie. And I can pull in... I can do videos on my phone and pull them in. I can do videos on my GoPro and pull them in. So everything that I edit is right here. Now, if I want to, and then the next day, this is me running down the bunny hill, catching a little bit of air.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. So that is it. I really had a great time, and I can't wait to get up and fly again.
Isn't that nice? That was a good Saturday and a good Sunday.